guys, it's Kaki. This is my 10-week update. I had gastric bypass 10 weeks ago today on the day before Thanksgiving, November 23rd of 2022, and it's been another good week. I read on a lot of the discussion boards and some comments that people make um, you know, about anxiety before having this surgery. I was anxious too. I mean, you can't fathom what it's going to be like after you have this surgery. And you do read those comments about, regret and about not being nauseous all the time, vomiting, things like that, and other complications. But for me, and I know everybody is different, and not to minimize anybody's problems after surgery, this has been such a good experience. My only regret is I didn't do it when I was younger or sooner. But I do believe things happen for a reason and in their own timing. It could be that maybe when I was younger, I wouldn't have done as well, or I wasn't emotionally ready like I feel like I am now. So, I just want to give people some hope, maybe if you're in the pre op period, that my experience has been wonderful and that I hope the same will be true for you. But anyway, let me talk about this past week. I have lost 2.4 pounds additional this week. That puts me at 53.2 pounds total since I started my 2 week pre op liquid diet. That makes me 38.4 since surgery. I had, prior to surgery, which I talked about in my intro video, tried so many different weight loss methods and was successful in losing weight, but not keeping it off. So I will say this has been, looking back on those experiences, probably, I'd say easy, but it's just been natural. It hasn't, I haven't struggled. I felt like that what I'm eating is what my body needs. It's not having to make choices of eating things that I don't want or that I have to do because it's required. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I did try scrambled eggs again. I tried them with, I had read on one of the boards, somebody said that they mixed in a wedge of the light Laughing Cow cheese and some ham, and that it was so good. And I loved all types of eggs before surgery. I loved omelets, scrambled eggs, fried eggs. That was a big part of my pre op diet. Now all I can tolerate is boiled eggs, which I'm thankful for. But I tried that. It went down really well, but then for about an hour or two afterwards, I was very queasy. So it's just not a good thing for me right now, still. I'll try it again someday. Maybe my experience will be different. I have had a really good week socially. I went out, or I went to a hockey game right after my last video. That was my, I guess, second one since surgery. Had a really good time with my husband. I did get the kids' taco plate without the shell like I did last time. That was very satisfying. Wasn't able to eat it all, but it was good to have something, a good healthy option for me. Uh, I did go out to dinner last Sunday night at a really nice restaurant with some great friends. I had a couple of bites of ahi tuna sashimi that we had ordered for the table as an appetizer. Very thin, probably maybe a quarter ounce. And then for my entree, I ordered an 8 ounce filet mignon with scallops. There were three nice sized scallops, and then had a few Brussels sprouts that were cooked in like a balsamic bacon glaze in the oven. I ate the three scallops, took one tiny little bite of the steak, and I was full. Had a couple of the Brussels, but that was all I felt very satisfied. And it's funny, when I eat at home by myself or at work, I really battle with not eating too fast because, everything says focus on your food, savor every bite. Well, when I'm focused on my food, that's all I'm focused on. And it's like, oh, another bite, another bite. But when I'm out with friends, I'm able to slow things down because I'm enjoying their company and conversation. So that was, we all, I think, have this surgery so that we can enjoy life. And I'm really beginning to be able to go out with friends and do that. I have two dinners out this coming week planned, one with a good friend, and then one going out to celebrate a birthday or a couple birthdays of ladies in my office. So I'm looking forward to that. I've scoped out the menus, figured out what I think I'm going to eat, and I think that's always a good idea. I'm looking forward to that. So let's see what else I did this week. I found a really neat place in my town that makes prepackaged healthy meals, and they have several meals that kind of meet those bariatric specifications with a good amount of protein, not a lot of fat, not, an abundance of carbs. I went in and bought three. Each one, I'm going to insert a picture here of what I bought. Each one will make 2 to 3 meals for me in a bariatric portion. I'm still able to eat about a half a cup at a time. So they, were not very expensive, especially when you're getting that many meals out of it. I'm going to also insert a picture of one of the meals that I got was chicken cordon bleu. How much of it I was able to eat. I ate about 2/3 of what you see in the picture on my plate. That's good because when you're cooking for yourself, because my husband, kind of does his own thing. When you're cooking for yourself, you can find all these great recipes, but good Lord, by the time that you cook it and eat, it's like it turns out to be so many meals and you're so tired of it. So unless it's something that I can freeze, it's really challenging to do, especially casseroles and things like that. Um, I did one big thing. I've talked a lot about my back pain since surgery. I did something I never thought I would do. As you, as most of you know, after you have gastric bypass, you can't take NSAIDs like ibuprofen, meloxicam, diclofenac, things like that. And I took meloxicam every day. Can't do that anymore, and I've really been struggling with some low back pain and some right hip pain. So, I've always been very leery of chiropractors. I'm in healthcare myself, and I'm sure as I found out there are good ones, but there are some that I'm a little skeptical of. So, I went for a massage last week, and my massage therapist, we talked about my back issues. She recommended a local chiropractor. It's actually a chain practice. So at that point, I thought, what do I have to lose? So I went in and explained my situation to him, and he said, oh my gosh, I see so many people post op from weight loss surgery who lose a lot of weight. And, it changes your posture when you lose a lot of abdominal girth. And you tend to kind of give to that. And then when it's not there, those muscles, I think, are kind of weak that for you to maintain a different posture. And he told me, he said, I see this all the time. I see back pain, hip pain, pelvic, sciatic pain, tailbone pain. And he said, the good news is it's going to go away on its own, but it's going to take several months as your body kind of gets adjusted to the new you, but I feel like I can do some things that will give you some relief. So he did a very gentle adjustment. Went home that night, did my customary yoga stretches, and I noticed some of the movements that were very painful or uncomfortable before were actually not painful. And so I had to kind of eat crow. I thought, well, there may be something to this. So I went back again, and I'm planning, he told me, a couple of times a week for about a month, and then maybe once a week for a month. And he felt like that was all I needed. He did send me some suggestions for different stretches and exercises to strengthen my low back. So I've added those to my daily stretches, and we'll see. I'll keep you updated. Um, anyway, I am just very thankful about how things are going. And I'd love to hear anybody who is pre op, what you're finding in that pre op period, kind of a struggle. Any questions that you've got, as I always say, I'm not an expert. I'm just a weight loss patient, but I will answer any possible things I can. And I'd love to hear for those of you in post op. I'd love to hear some meal ideas and how you've dealt with not having maybe somebody else that eats the same thing you do, and you're trying to prepare really good recipes for yourself, and it's just you. So I'd love to hear from everybody about that. And I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I will update in a week. Bye, guys.